Imagine this, you win an election, you serve as an MLA for 5 full years, you draw salary, attend assembly sessions, represent people, and then years later a court declares your election invalid and you are asked to return every rupee you earned. This is not fiction, this actually happened in Tamil Nadu. Hello, I am D. Suresh Kumar and you are watching Tamil Nadu elections with the Hindu. In our previous episode, we explored the remarkable story of a father and son, P.H. Pandian and Manoj Pandian, who lost elections but successfully challenged the election of the winning candidates in the Supreme Court. Today we continue that story because the legal battle did not end with the election being set aside. It raised a far more unsettling question. What happens to everything an elected representative earned if his election is later declared illegal? Let's go back briefly. In 2011, the Supreme Court, on a petition from Manoj Pandian, set aside the election of P. Veldurai of the Congress, who had been elected as MLA from Cheranmahadevi constituency in 2006. The reason? He had a subsisting government contract at the time of filing nomination, making him disqualified under the election law. But here is the twist. By the time the judgment came, Veldurai had already completed his full 5-year term as MLA from 2006 to 2011. Now, soon after the verdict, the Tamil Nadu Legislative Assembly Secretariat, based on the Supreme Court order, issued a notice to him. It asked him to repay rupees 21.58 lakh. This included salary allowances plus a penalty of rupees 500 per day for attending assembly sessions. Now, this raised a fundamental question. If an MLA has already served the people, can the state take back the money paid to him? Veldurai challenged this. His argument was simple. He had participated in assembly proceedings. Therefore, the salary was for services he had rendered. He relied on the law which says even if an election is later declared void, acts done by the MLA remain valid. But the Madras High Court took a very different view. Justice V. Parthiban made a powerful observation. Once an election is declared null and void, the person is treated as if he was never a valid MLA in the first place. And therefore, the benefits he received, that is the salary and allowances, cannot be retained. One of the most striking lines from that judgment was this: being an MLA is not a job. The judge said an MLA does not apply for a job, nor is he interviewed, but he is selected to the post in a specific category with a fixed or designated salary structure. Further, the MLA gets elected upon a promise to serve the people as their representative. And the remuneration or emoluments he gets paid cannot be equated to salary of a government servant, even if it is termed as such. It is a compensation paid to the elected representative for spending his time and efforts for the benefit of the people. Therefore, if that position itself becomes invalid, the money received cannot be justified. This case is fascinating because it was not a corruption case. There was no criminal conviction of the candidate as such. No complaints of bribery of voters either. No fraud proven in the usual sense. But it was a technical disqualification under the Representation of People Act. The verdict came after the MLA completed his full term. He had already served 5 years as MLA. Yet, the law looked at it as if the election was invalid from day one. It raises a larger democratic question. If elections can be challenged for years, verdicts come after terms end. Then, in that case, should elected representatives carry this kind of financial risk? Veldurai challenged the single judge's order before a division bench of the Madras High Court. He argued at most he could be liable for penalty, but not for refunding the entire salary and allowances which he had received. At one stage, the court even stayed recovery proceedings. The legal battle continued. But before the issue could reach a final conclusion, Veldurai passed away in October 2023. The legal question, however, remains alive. In this election season, this case leaves us with a powerful takeaway. Elections are not just about winning votes. They are also about eligibility, compliance with the law, and sometimes very technical rules. Because in Indian democracy, a small mistake at the time of nomination can come back years later with consequences no one expects. And in the end, victory may be decided by voters, but it is validated by the law. Thank you for watching. I shall meet you in another video.